Here we are, craftbeerman.com.
Cheers. Here in Orlando, Florida.
At Cattleman's, right? Cattleman's
Yeah, I think so.
restaurant?
Like a Cattleman's restaurant and steakhouse.
Got to tell you, it's been slim pickings down here.
Oh my gosh. We just walked into TGIF. We walked into Dave & Buster's. We walked into Hooters.
Miller's Ale House.
I'm telling you.
I mean, we've been using the Google Maps. We've been using the Find Craft Beer. We've been using about every app you can think of, just trying to find a couple of nice beers down here. Not easy.
It's like pulling teeth, and it's like, how about the last place we went to? He said, "Do you have any good beers on draft?" He goes,
"No." You said, "Do you have any craft beers?"
Yeah, do you have any craft beer?
Yeah, we have one, Coors Light.
And we we both went,
"Thank you, but no thank you."
He gave me a pat on the shoulder and kicked me out. But anyway, we're here at Cattleman's, and we found a beer from Swamp Head Brewery.
Swamp Head Brewery, the Stump Knocker Pale Ale.
Stump Knocker American Pale Ale.
And you know what? We were just excited to see a handle that wasn't a macro when we walked in, and they actually have 3 of them. So hey, give them some credit there. They got, they also have a little Shipyard Stout, and they've got another one that we haven't tried yet, the Orange Blossom Wheat, I believe.
The tap handle's like a honeycomb type thing.
Absolutely, a little honey going.
So when she poured the 2 Stump Knockers, which come in at 5.5 ABV, when she poured the 2, the keg blew. And so my buddy Max here said, hey, any chance we can get some of that new stuff?
Get a little bit of freshie, because that freshie is always beautiful, and you get a freshie.
Yeah. You know? It's like having fresh fish or fresh vegetables or something really good.
So pretty nice little nose on it. I think we both smelt the nose when we came up. It was softer, but yet we knew we were going to get some hops, and we haven't had hops, on our journey so far today. So we did have another beer down at the hotel that was, doesn't even worth mentioning. It was kind of a crooked amber almost. It just didn't quite taste right.
Yeah, it wasn't worth reviewing. But I can tell you that even though it was called an IPA, this is more of an IPA than that beer. So
yeah, exactly.
So
and even though this is a pale ale, but I mean it definitely was closer. But I think this is the nose, and obviously we've already had some. I mean it's.
The nose has
a nice body.
A subtle sweetness. I mean, there's not too much malt in here, but it might just be the hop arrangement. But it's a very pleasant aroma.
Definitely got some citrus going on in the hop.
I'd agree with that.
I mean, I think they probably. I mean, they had a little bit of floral in the nose, but it tastes more like not really the Citra, because that hop itself, a little newer hop, is a little different than this. This definitely has more of a really almost like an orange peel or lemon zest kind of, but it's a nice hop, and I think it's a very nice session pale. I mean,
it is, and with a name like Stump Knocker, the first thing came to my head is that I'm gonna get knocked out when I drink this thing. But that's the cool thing, is that this thing tastes like a solid hoppy pale ale. But you can drink several of these, especially us. We would have no problem drinking this all night.
Yeah, but we've got other places to go. I mean, we're just stopping here, see if they had a beer. We're on our way to the Cafe 22 Tango, where we've heard they might have a couple of IPAs.
Max, that may be the exception in Orlando.
Yeah, it might just be. So we'll be doing another review soon. But I don't know. I'm thinking this is probably a 3.5 to 4. What are you thinking?
Well, if I were to rate it compared to what's available at local places in Orlando, it'd be a 4. But we've got to go back to USA, because that's what we do, Max. We cover the country, so let's stick with that 3.5. But also say it's how about a very solid 3.5?
Yeah, and if you're in Orlando, hey, I would definitely be looking for this beer either here or elsewhere, because I don't think it's made far from here. We didn't do the research. It's definitely a Florida beer.
Yeah.
But you look for the Stump Knocker Pale Ale, and you know what? I'd love to try their IPA if they make one, because their pale's
that would be interesting. It'd be really interesting if they had like an Imperial IPA that comes in that high 9. That'd be because they got something going on good here. And for those of you that are really strictly pale ale drinkers, and I know you're out there, I think it's a damn good pale ale. So it's close to a 4. It really is. I just think that if you talk about pale ales, you got to include all the different parties, and there's some, like, for example, Stone Pale Ale. That's a great one. It's that's more of a 4.
You know what? That category is lighter than the IPA category. There's not a ton of great pales out there.
Right.
So I think it ranks up there real nice. 3.5 solid. Yeah. Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers, mahalo.
See you next time. Stay hoppy, my friends.
I think we'll probably be doing another review in about maybe a half hour. So.
I hope so.